A very good morning to one and all. Myself, Dr. Vijay Nirmala. Today, I am going to discuss about SWOT analysis, and this is there for you in the subject Strategic Management for MBA second year fourth semester students. Let us see in detail about SWOT analysis. SWOT, SWOT. It is an acronym of strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. And this SWOT, it tells about what is the current position of the organization. So strengths, weaknesses, this will be for personal also, person SWOT. But this SWOT analysis in strategic management, it tells about what is the current position of the organization. That will be said through this SWOT analysis. This SWOT, it used to identify that whether a company is in a good position or in a bad market position. So, the company which has been start doing the business in the market, whether it has a good position in the market or whether it is having a bad position in the market, that it used to identify in SWOT analysis. Whereas the strengths and weaknesses here are the internal factors, the opportunities and threats are the external factor. Okay, so in this SWOT, S strengths and weaknesses comes under internal factors and opportunities and threats comes under external factors. It means that it can use to analyze all these given it gives a complete perspective to the managers regarding what are the external factors that used to influence the organization or which may influence in future. And also this technique, it helps the managers to identify not only the external things but also the internal capabilities and the resources which can be used to deal with them. So the overall is this SWOT analysis. This analysis indicates the faults in the organization and these are being corrected. So in the organization there will be some faults, right? So with this analysis we can identify what are the faults that are going on in the organization and how you can correct these. That can be analyzed through this analysis, SWOT analysis. Hence, this SWOT analysis plays a major role in formulating the strengths of the organizations, the strengths of the suitable strategies of the organization, right? So this SWOT analysis, it helps the organization to design a suitable strategy and formulate a suitable strategy that may be use the available resources in an optimum way. We can use the resources in an optimum way and exploit the opportunities and avoid the threats also in an efficient way. That is, you can analyze the SWOT analysis in two steps. We can analyze the SWOT analysis in two steps. So these are the two steps. One is you can identify the internal and external forces of the organization. So while you are analyzing through this SWOT analysis, we can identify the internal and external forces of the organization. And the next one, you can formulate the strategies. You can formulate formulate the strategies to exploit what are the opportunities that are defending the threats. We can exploit what are the opportunities and what are the threats that are being defended with the help of internal strengths as well as by eliminating the internal weaknesses. So with the internal factors, you will come to know what are the strengths and weaknesses. And you can try to eliminate the weaknesses and you can try to defend the threats. So the strengths, if you are know, you have to be overcome. So you have to be improved. And if you identify the weaknesses, those need to be eliminated. And opportunities and threats. So opportunities can be exploited. Threats need to be defended. Threats need to be defended. This SWOT analysis is very simple, but it is a widely used tool that it helps us in understanding opportunities and threats involved in a business activity. Involved in a business activity. Now let us see in detail about the form of SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis has two major components. One is internal factors and the other is external factors, right? So these are the two components, and in that internal factor, the first two internal factors, the first two letters is the acronym S for strength and S for strength and the W for weaknesses. W for weaknesses. So this refers to the internal factors. So these two refers to the internal factors, and these are the resources available in the organization. Even strengths and weaknesses are available in the organization. So the internal environment, in the sense, it refers to the factors within the control of the organization or inside the organization. Inside the organization. And these factors may impart the strengths which can be utilized to exploit the opportunities, that is to grab the opportunities, or become a cause of weakness of a strategic nature in the organization. So I tell you, so see this SWOT: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. So these two comes under internal factors, and these opportunities and threats comes under external factors. Okay, so now let us see what is strength. A strength, these are the factors which provide competitive advantage to the organization. So in the organization, it used to give us competitive advantage. Okay, so these factors used to have collectively or may allow an organization to bring change in the organization. If you want to expect some change in the organization, it means that you need to identify what are the strengths of the organization. And these factors, it generally are different for different organizations. So strengths will not be same for all the organizations. So each and every organization will be having different factors. So these can be of resources, based on the resources, that is the employees or the skills what they will be having. So those comes under strengths. For example, if there is an efficient customer support service for responding promptly and efficiently to the customer requirements. For example, if we are the customer to one thing, and immediately there is a customer service, if any customer gives a complaint, immediately that problem is being rectified. That is called a strength of the company, having an efficient customer support service. So that is the strength of the company. Or for example, if there is a presence in global market and collaboration with some reputed international firms. So if the company is having some reputation with some international firms or collaboration with some international organizations, and it is being present in the global market, that is called as a strength. That is called as a strength. For example, there are some better qualities, or there are better facilities. You have better facilities in research and development, R&D. R&D, if you have better facilities, and the activities that you do under R&D, that is research and development, are are innovative, and they have a new technologies and tools for organizational operations. Those also comes under strengths. Those also comes under strengths. Okay, and if the manufacturing company is having a certified ISO 9001 certificate, it is also a strength of the company. So those are called as strengths. Okay. Now let us see weaknesses. Weaknesses are the factors that limit the growth of the company, or they used to restrict the company from moving to their desired direction. So if the organization is having a a good vision, and if you want to go into that direction, some factors used to stop it. They restrict the company from desired direction. So whatever the factors which stops you to move into that desired direction, those are said to be weaknesses. Those are said to be weaknesses, and these factors are also, they used to hinder the organization from achieving success through the internal capabilities, achieving success through the internal capabilities. And these factors vary as per the organization. They used to vary as per the organization. So a weakness can be of anything like lagging of resources, lack of skills, lack of market understanding, or lack of funds, etc. So all these comes under weaknesses. If, for example, if you have any inconsistency in cash flow system, so the cash flow system has to be consistent, right? If there are any inconsistencies that may arise in the cash flow system, that is called as a weakness of the organization. For example, you have a lack of latest technologies, lack of latest technologies, and you have no web response, no web response. So you are not addicted to the latest technologies. Your organization is not addicted to the latest technologies. That also called as weaknesses. That is also called as a weaknesses. Okay. And if your organization is not having goodwill, lack of goodwill also is said to be weaknesses. Is said to be weaknesses. I think you understood these strengths and weaknesses. One thing you have to remember, that both strengths and weaknesses are related to each other. So when you are speaking about strengths and weaknesses, these two are related to each other. That is, a factor may act as a strength. The same innovation, it may act as a weakness. So these are uh, related to one another. So in one situation, it can be as a strength. In the same way, the strength can be as a weakness in another situation. For example, if you have a fixed asset, it may act as a strength for the organization. But if your fixed asset is excessive, that may also act as a weakness for you. That is, these assets cannot be converted into liquid money, so that whenever you require that, the cash has to the asset need to be converted into liquid cash when you start business. So even though if you are having fixed assets, those you can't use it. So the fixed asset is a strength to you, and when you want to use it, or when you want to convert that fixed cash into liquid, it cannot be done, it cannot be required immediately. Okay, it is not easy that when and required you can't convert your fixed asset into liquid money. That is same here. The fixed asset will be called as a weakness to you. The same, the strength may be uh, it may be a strength in one situation. The same strength may be a weakness in another situation. Okay, that is strengths and weaknesses. And when you come to the other component, that is external factors. External factors, in the sense, it resides outside the organization. It resides outside the organization. So here we have also two types. One is opportunities and the other one is threats. What are opportunities? Let us see what are opportunities. Opportunity, in the sense, it is the most favorable situation in the firm's environment. So in the firm's organization's environment, whatever the situation is favorable, that comes under opportunities. So the industry, it needs to build up the production capacity. The industries need to build up the production capacities to meet the upward moving demand. To meet the upward moving demand, that is both for domestic markets as well as the international markets. So both it needs to meet the demand. So the opportunities are the factors which act as the favorable situations for the organizations, and these situations need to be encouraged the organization to grow more and more to earn profits. That is, if you get an opportunity to move to from domestic markets to international markets, your products that you are manufacturing, it is only moving in the domestic markets. And if you got an opportunity that if you want to move your products to international markets, that is an opportunity. It is a favorable opportunity, favorable situation to your organization. And these situations will try to encourage the organizations to grow more and more to earn profits. మనకి ప్రాఫిట్స్ కోసమే అనమాట. So this is meant opportunity in the sense, already you are earning some profits and you got an opportunity to earn more profits. So that situation, the situations which tries to encourage the organizations, comes under opportunities, right? So in these situations, the organizations, what they used to do is they make strategies to develop the benefits, to make benefits. They make strategies to more to make to reap the benefits. Like they used to spread the market share in the domestic markets as well as in the international markets, and also they used to try to increase the production capacity. So if you got an opportunity that if you want to move your products to domestic international markets, does your production capacity will be increased or not? So you want to increase the production capacity. So if you got an opportunity, you can increase your production capacity, you can spread your market share, and also you can launch the new products. You can launch the new products, and also you can increase with the price of the product. Also you can increase the prices of the product. So these are called as the opportunities. For example, if you develop a loyal customers in the market, so developing a loyal customers in the market is not an easiest task. So that comes under opportunities. If there is a high demand of certain products in a particular season, if you have a high demand in the certain products in a particular season, or the poor substitutes which are being available in the market, the poor substitutes which are being available in the market, and you take care of that, that is also comes under an opportunity. Okay, if the change in government policies, the change in government policies due to which the businesses are going to have leverages. So all these are some of the examples of opportunities, right? And the last component, external factor, is threats. What are threats? Threats also are external, but these are unfavorable conditions. Opportunities are also externally, but it is a favorable condition. threats are also the external, but it is unfavorable conditions. These threats act as a barrier for the organization in achieving its desired market position. In achieving its desired market position. So these factors they also differ as per the organization and the areas in which it operates. I tell you with a small example. If there are too many competitors for a similar product, if there are too many competitors for a similar product, that is called a threat. Or if you want to have an introduction of tax, or if you're increasing the tax rates, if you are increasing the tax rates, so that also comes under threats. If there is a recession in economy, recession period is there, so that comes under threats. Or uh, yeah, competitors are using the latest technologies, that also comes under threats. So this is about the various components in SWOT analysis. I think you are comfortable with SWOT analysis, right? And this is there. This topic is there for you in first unit, but generally we used to discuss this in your second unit, right? So now let us see the other important security analysis and strategic analysis and choice tool is TOWS matrix. You came to know what is a SWOT analysis, right? SWOT, the reverse, TOWS. This is TOWS matrix. So this is similar to BCG matrix. We have already discussed about BCG matrix, right? This TOWS matrix is similar to the BCG matrix, and this used to describe the interrelation between the crucial variables as well as the impact on the strategies of the variables. You generally know what is SWOT analysis, and this has been conventionally used to identify what are the strengths, weaknesses, or opportunities and threats of the organization. Okay, and the result in development of different alternative strategies. This is why we used SWOT analysis, right? But this TOWS matrix is being developed in order to develop different alternative strategies. Different alternative SWOT analysis will come to know you about the organization's position, right? SWOT analysis, it will come to know what are the strengths, what are the weaknesses, what are the opportunities and threats. But this TOWS matrix has been developed in order to know, in order to develop different alternative strategies. That alternative strategies, in the sense, we call it as 4 sets of strategies. It used to develop 4 sets of strategies. To preview this TOWS matrix, it is a quite vast and it has a distinct importance that what we have seen in BCG matrix. I don't think that a BCG matrix is replaced with the TOWS matrix. This TOWS matrix tries to explore the internal strengths and weaknesses of the organization along with external opportunities and threats. And the important tool in this TOWS matrix is it acts as a systematic analysis in the organization. It used to have a systematic analysis in the organization. That is, it used to identify internal strengths and weaknesses along with external opportunities and threats in common in organizations. But other than this, their integration used to require the presence of different strategic alternatives, and this requirement is generally unnoticed. It is generally unnoticed. So, what we suggest is the TOWS matrix is suggested to arrange all these alternatives. That is, you will come to know in SWOT analysis what are the strengths, weaknesses, right? But what are the various alternatives to develop? That will be seen in this TOWS matrix. So in TOWS matrix, T stands for threats, O stands for opportunities, W stands for weaknesses, and S stands for strengths. As generally, a threat is the major problem in the organization, right? So to undertake, if you want to undertake any strategic plan, first what this tells is TOWS matrix will explore first the threats. So generally, it is not that identifying strengths and weaknesses. What it does is first, for the major problem when you are going with strategic planning is first you need to identify what is a threat and you should remove the threat first. So that is done in. That's why we started with T. T, next opportunities, next weaknesses, and then the strength. So in this we have four alternative strategies. See that the four alternative strategies in TOWS matrix, and this diagram explains. So it consists of two factors. One is internal factors and the other one is external factors. So a thorough study of internal environment, that is strengths and weaknesses, and a thorough study on external environment, that is opportunities and threats, is the basis for designing the strategies in alternative strategies in TOWS matrix. So this TOWS matrix cannot be done directly without knowing SWOT analysis. So when once you came to know about SWOT analysis, then this strategy, this matrix has been developed, and with it will come to know the alternative strategies what you have to do in strategic planning. When once you came to know what is SWOT, then you have to develop TOWS matrix. That is alternative. What is the alternative strategies that you have to develop? So that is called TOWS matrix. And in this, we have four alternative strategies. One is WT strategy. This one, WT strategy, mini strategy, and WO strategy. WO strategy, it means mini max strategy. And the next one is ST strategy, max min strategy. Max min strategy. And the last one is SO strategy, max strategy. So SO means strengths and opportunities. Both are maximum. WT strategy, both are minimum, that is weaknesses and threats. Min strategy. Okay, so these are the four strategies, four alternative strategies. Okay, now let us see one by one regarding these four alternative strategies. One is a WT strategy, WO strategy, ST strategy, and SO strategy. So let us see in detail. But first, let us see weaknesses and threats. That's what, right? First, you have to identify the threats, then only you can solve the alternative strategy. When you come with WT strategy, this is also called as mini strategy, as it tries to minimize the weaknesses and minimize the threats concerning the organization. See that there is a difference between SWOT and TOWS. In SWOT analysis, you will identify what are the weaknesses, what are the threats, right? Here, in this TOWS matrix, it is divided into four alternative strategies. You have know what is a weakness and what is a threat. And these two are to be minimized in this TOWS matrix. These two are to be minimized. So the firm can undergo with some retrenchment or some liquidation to minimize the weaknesses and threats. So what are the strategies that you need to alternative strategies that you need to frame to minimize both the weaknesses and threats. So that is one alternative strategy. And the next one is WO strategy. So this strategy is focused towards reducing the weaknesses as well as exploiting the opportunities, min max. So in this strategy, what you try to develop is you will try to reduce the weaknesses and you try to exploit the opportunities. So in short terms, in the shortcoming of the organization, that in the specific areas can be tackled. So what are the specific areas that we can tackle by processing in those areas or by procuring the required proficiencies from the external sources, so that you can be able to efficiently explore the opportunities which are being available in the external environment. So that alternative strategies need to be developed in WO strategy. And next, coming to the ST strategy. S stands for strengths, T stands for threats. So max min strategy. This strategy is said to be max min strategy, and this strategy tries to focus on identifying the strengths and using the strengths of a particular organization so that you can face the environmental threats. So you have a strength, right? You have in the SWOT analysis, you came to know what are the strengths of the organization. With that strengths, how can you overcome the threats that they have been confronting by the organization? So that strategies are to be developed in ST strategy. In ST strategy, and I think you understood, Ma. That is, it tries to attempt and increase the strengths and reduce the threats. You have a strengths and how you can overcome the threats with the help of your strengths, with the help of your strengths. That is, in case of a threat in the form of a new product which is to be launched in the market by your rivals. So the organization, what it can do, it can utilize its managerial, financial, technological, or marketing strengths, whatever you have. So with those strengths, how can you overcome that the other product which is launched by your rival company? So those strategies can be developed in this ST strategy, max min strategy, right? And the last one is SO strategy. So here the most beneficial strategy among all the strategies is, so among all the remaining strategies, the most beneficial is SO strategy. Both are maximum, right? Strengths and opportunities. That is, it includes taking the advantage of the strong factors of the organization, and it used to capture the available opportunities. So you have some strengths, right? And there are opportunities. So with the help of your strengths, how you are going to capture the opportunities which are there from external. Every firm wants to be in advance. Every firm needs to be in advance to this particular position of TOWS matrix. So this will make you an effort to conquer what are the weaknesses and how you can convert your weaknesses into strengths. So that will be said in this alternative strategy, that is SO strategy. So with the enhanced strength, these organizations can be easily used to minimize the threats and can exploit the available opportunities successfully. So this is what the TOWS matrix is. I think you understood what is a TOWS matrix, right? If you have any queries, you can ask, or else we will start. We will. Shall we discuss the another one? Okay then. So tomorrow we used to discuss the other tool which is called market life cycle model. So this we used to discuss in the next session. Okay. Okay, Ma. Thank you. Thank you, one and all.